Action!
Hi, everybody. I'm Pedro Pascal.
And I am Boyd Holbrook.
We are at the Facebook Media Center in New York City.
Shall we start off with little questions and Q&A, Pedro?
Let's do it.
How about, can I get your full name?
I'm Pedro Pascal. Nice to meet you.
Hi, my full name is Robert Boyd Holbrook.
And you go by?
Boyd, which my nickname would be...
Boydo?
Boydo. What would yours be?
PP.
PP. Ooh. What was your first job, Pedro?
What was my first job? I was a waiter for about 7 years, and it started early.
And it lasted longer.
I got fired from, I don't know, maybe upwards of like 20 to 30 restaurants in New York City within those 7 years.
I would say you did pretty well.
Yeah. I was really good at getting fired.
If you could travel time.
Wait a minute, what was your first job? Oh, nice one. Whoa, what was your first job, Boyd?
It's too embarrassing to say. No, I was a lifeguard.
Oh, that's hot.
Actually, it was right. Thank you very much.
That's hot.
Glad you picked up on that. If you could travel in time, would you go forward or backward?
I would go backwards. I'm afraid of the future.
I would probably go backwards too and try to improve my overall being.
Yeah? I would go back to the 20s and like get laid.
For once, right?
Yeah.
What was
it's not working out. This isn't my time. You know what I mean?
It's just something's off for you.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the last book you read?
The last book I read was well, I'm reading Morgan James. It's
a Nora Roberts book. What's the title? Is that Nora Roberts? Am I getting it right?
Of 7 Killings. Oh gosh, I keep on messing up the title because it sounds so similar to another title. A Brief Guide to 7 Killings by Morgan James. And then before, excuse me, I have a text.
So I've never read Catcher in the Rye.
Really?
And I just read it.
I love that book.
It turns out it's pretty good.
It's pretty wonderful. You know what you should read next? You should read Franny and Zooey next. Everyone says it's called Franny and Zoe. I think it's called Franny and Zooey. Because it's 2 O's instead of 1. And somebody sort of smart and smarter than all of us told me it was Zooey when I was very young. Mm-hmm. So anyway, you should read Franny and Zooey.
Copy that. How many languages do you speak, Pedro?
I speak 2.5.
Share a sentence for the audience.
Really?
He does say that, yeah. So give me he does like a very, I don't really know if you speak French or not, but you can really bullshit.
Il est extrêmement difficile de converser avec toi. So then maybe, but that's it. Somebody, that means it's very difficult to have a conversation with you. And a friend of mine taught me that.
Surprisingly,
while she was taking French classes in high school. She was like, let me teach you a sentence. And I was like, brilliant! And I didn't get it until years later, that she was basically telling me it was difficult to talk to me.
Right, because, I get it. Comes back around. I basically speak about 1/16 Spanish. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Yo, Antonio Banderas.
Buenos dias, yo soy Antonio Banderas.
Hillbilly, and I speak a little English.
What's next?
What movie do you wish you had been in?
All of them!
Ooh. Really, though. What's your favorite movie?
What is my favorite movie? Mm-hmm. You're getting into some dangerous territory.
Okay.
I have so many.
I wish I was in Boogie Nights.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right? The ending one? The ending shot?
You mean the large penis at the end of the movie? Did you want to play the penis?
I wanted to play the penis.
So let's start with some fan questions because we really almost fell into a rabbit hole with this iPad. Good afternoon. Thank you.
Boiling in here.
They turn off the air so that it doesn't make any noise.
Jesus
and so that we start sweating and panicking and dying on camera. This question is for both Pedro and Boyd. While filming Narcos in Colombia, what cities did you visit? Which one did you like the most, and what was your favorite Colombian dish?
We mostly worked in Bogota, which I would have preferred to be in Medellin a lot more.
It's warmer in Medellin.
It's sea level, which is important. And what's my favorite Colombian dish? That's a really hard thing to say. Like, it's like what's American food? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Latin food is kind of.
They have
same.
really, really, really good steak in Colombia, and Argentina is more known for its steak. But I would argue that the best steak I ever had was in.
Cheers! Awesome show, Pedro! For both of you. Javier and Steve work together, but are opposite and very different characters and almost complementary. What are, in your opinions, their biggest differences and points in common? Thanks.
The movie I wish I had been in was Empire of the Sun. I even lied to people and told them that I was the little silhouette on the poster.
Oh, really?
When I was a kid, yeah. I'm ignoring that question. We're going to get to it, but I just wanted to bring that up. All right, you start this one. Why are we so different? I don't think we're so different. You trying to say he's better looking?
I didn't say that. I have a receding hairline. Pedro has a very healthy head of hair.
I have like a healthy comb over. I was doing some ADR.
Yeah.
And my hair was like, there's a scene where it's just in full. I was not paying attention.
Full
It was just full like Trump
Oh yeah. That's
comb
good
over.
work.
And I'm not bald.
I heard that's popular.
And it wasn't
Get
intentional.
that at sheer cuts.
Yeah. Could I get the Trump?
We're different.
What are, in your opinion, their biggest differences and points in common? Well, the point in common is that we are after the same thing.
Yeah.
Which we are. We're after Escobar. We're both workaholics, I would say. I being a sort of disorganized one, and you being an organized one, and then we kind of meet in the middle.
More anal and a little more, a bit of a hussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a hussy. Next question. I want to go back to the iPad. How much prep work did you have to do to get your characters down? Did you get to work with law enforcement to help you prepare?
Give me a fan, please.
Boyd.
Oh my God. They make good fans.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Just let me do this to you for a while.
Okay. Well, we went to Quantico for a while, and maybe you've heard of it. The DEA, the FBI, and the CIA actually trained there.
CIA?
Yeah. Imagine that. So, actually, we got to spend a week there and do some of the cool shit that they got to do. God, it feels good.
It does, right?
Oh, yeah. It feels good. So we did that, and we kind of got,
I can't stop now.
Play cops.
Let's just start beating the shit out of each other with these things.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry about this guy. Well, we got to play sort of, cops and robbers for like a week on some serious level, like getting rubber bullets and that type of stuff.
Oh, yeah. It was Boyd's idea. He made me. I barely knew him. Boyd and I were in New York at the same time when we were cast in Narcos, and he made me meet him in Williamsburg and get wasted together. We did.
True.
We kind of did. We drank a lot that night. We didn't get into any kind of trouble, but we just sort of ended the night being like, oh my God, we're going to have such a good time in Colombia. I'm going to take care of you, bro. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then the next time I saw him, we were in Virginia because you were like, listen, I think we should go meet our real counterparts, go to Quantico with them, train, sit in a classroom with actual agents in training, do tactical simulations, learn how to shoot guns, learn how to do raids, perform raids, do weird
wreck cars into other
simulated
cars.
visual video game shit where you somebody comes out of nowhere and like you need to think fast, and whether they're a perp or a civilian. And do you remember the one thing that we've never talked about is the lab that they took us into, where they had sequestered all of these drugs from these raids, And I'm telling you, it was like, it was really scary. It was. I have pictures.
They have like bath salts, and obviously they got the old common marijuana.
They had like 15 pounds of crack in a bag.
Yeah.
That was like the size of 3 heads.
It
It wasn't like bath salts. It was like
no, but there
crack
was an
and
area
crystal
of
meth.
the new drugs that they were testing.
Yeah,
I remember it.
It was
because
bonkers. I was
they
like,
stole that shit.
"What is this?
No, I'm joking.
Party?" No.
Just when you think.
No.
Just when you think.
Don't do drugs.
Nope.
Without me.
Totally joking here, kids. Totally joking.
Is it okay? It's okay. Last 2 questions. Were you guys the villain of this series or Pablo Escobar? I'm confused.
Oh, that's a.
You're going to be even more confused in season 2! I need to calm down.
We still have some of that crack. I think that's a freaking good question, actually.
It is a
right?
good question.
We
don't know how to answer it, but it's a good question.
In season 2, basically, the coin will flip. And you'll see Escobar sort of, try to regain his morality and all stuff like that. And then...
No more.
Okay, cool.
Don't tell them anymore. Let them enjoy it. What was the most exciting aspect of coming back for a second season?
Employment.
I still have a job. And it was exciting.
Oh, yeah.
To have the head start that we had, because the first season was an enormous trial and error for everyone.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
And
rough in the sense that there was just not there was not any film industry in Colombia.
Yeah, there was no way to be totally prepared. A first season of any kind of show, even if it's shot like, in a fancy studio in Los Angeles, people are going to have a hard time finding their way. And we were all just like instant Colombian transplants. And
you gotta. It's just the key is get naked early.
Get naked early.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyways, thank you for joining us here.
Seriously,
and
thank you for
asking
joining
your
us.
questions. Be
And-
sure to check out our series on Netflix. Let's do this again.
Bye. I'm sorry.
Wave.